Rovers, welcome back to the channel. My name is Zeno, and it's long overdue now, but here is my first impression slash semi, casual review for Augusta on my account. I've had her for pretty much next to a week now, and I would have had this out, honestly, days ago, but I'm a little bit burnt out from building characters, especially because of this stupid new echo farming domain thing every day. I might make a separate video on that. I'll see how I feel. But I've been trying to wait until Augusta was actually at a half decent level to talk about her and then put her through the ringer of like Whimpering Wastes, Tower Adversity, and just have some fun in the overworld and kind of just see what she's like. So showcase, this is the build that I've got so far. It's so far from complete. I have spent the entire week trying my goddamn best to level up and to max out this character, but the echoes, I don't know, guys, let me know what you think. Again, I might turn this into a short summary discussion video on its own, but let me know what you think, because like I am absolutely getting burnt out and struggling with these domains that only reset once a day, and that you cannot use any like batteries or materials or whatever stamina it is in this game to actually farm them, and it's absolutely killing me. Like, it's so exhausting. But here's here's the build, what I have so far. This is the forecast. It's okay. It's got average, very average rolls. It's only got 3 lines though. This is missing crit damage. I just can't get another one. I've been using the transmuter thingy, whatever it is. Like you can transfer the main stats from they can use the item. Still can't get a better one than this. It's absolutely ridiculous. So missing crit damage on that. This is just a 2-liner. I've got no attack, no heavy, no ER. So this has got a lot of room to improve. Low crit rate. This has got low crit rate, and then it's got ER and crit damage, so that's okay. And this is honestly my best piece, even though it's got low crit rate and low crit damage, and it's like, but it's a 4-liner. It's at least got double crit attack and heavy. So she's okay. She's got a lot more room to improve. Let me go back in. Haven't really got a lot of heavy attack damage. I've only got 1 roll, plus the 12% you get from the 4-cost echo set, whatever it is. So, and I'm rocking obviously her weapon. I'm trying my best just to get this character up and running, but goddamn, I am struggling with this. Now, in terms of team compositions, I do not have Mortifi built to my account. I've never had a use for him personally, so I don't have that heavy attack damage buffer. So I've been using her with Shorekeeper because of course it's Shorekeeper and mine's S2. And I've been using her actually with Carlotta because Augusta can then use her damage amp outro into Carlotta. Carlotta's got a very easy rotation, and with Shorekeeper's buff, she does a lot of damage, and then I can go back into Shorekeeper. And I've actually had a fairly decent amount of success, and it's been fun to use Carlotta in like a dual DPS comp. So, but I am definitely looking forward to going after Yuno. This is one of those team things where it's like, man, she's strong, and I've completed all the endgame content so far with her, and like, I've even tried it with a Frolova team as well, but I am desperate in need for that 3rd unit. Now, of course, if I just had Mortifi built up, this would be a non-issue, but I am struggling for materials and resources as it is. I do not have the time, energy, or resources to possibly build up Mortifi just to replace him with Yuno, because you know that I know that we're going for Yuno. Okay, because she's stupid hot and she has feet, but and she'll be obviously the best in slot for Augusta. But in terms of weapons and stuff like that, I've seen a lot more videos on different people that have more different weapon options. Obviously, I went for the signature, but she has a lot of great options. You could probably even use Loopers, to be honest. You could use, I think, Jian's weapon. I think Jinxi's weapon's very good. There's a few other options you can use if you have them. You do not need this at all, actually, and aesthetically, because she uses in battle, she swings around the big sword, and the only time you actually see the signature is when the sword comes apart in a liberation. It's actually not that bad. Like, this is what we kind of asked for, though. So I don't want to hear I don't want to hear people complaining about this. Like, hey, my signature weapon doesn't look that good because the character's using, like their actual signature, like from the story purposes. So this is what we want. We don't want the signature to look absolutely terrible. Like, if you don't have the signature. I hope you know what I mean by that. But I've been having a lot of fun with Augusta. I really do enjoy her. I do not have an electrical DPS or just an electrical unit on my account as a whole. Like, I don't have one. So it has been nice because she will be obviously fulfilling that role for me going forward as the main electrical DPS on my account, which I'm more than happy with. I've enjoyed her in the story. I like her gameplay. I think her combos and that are fun to use. A little bit clunky kind of in a way, but it's been fun. She's got like a giant sword that she smashes on enemies, really cool animations. I reckon she's super beautiful as well. I love her voice actor. I'm having a lot of fun with her, but I am going to admit that I'm just a bit burnt out from trying to level and build this goddamn freaking character. And it's only going to be worse for Yuno because I have nothing pre-farmed for that and I don't have any spare echoes for that, even though I'm doing the stupid domain every day. But anyway, apart from that, I don't know how much else is there to really say about Augusta. As far as like, is she worth pulling? She was for me, obviously, because I wanted that slot filled up on my account, being electrical DPS, and I never had Zhang Liao because I wasn't around when he was given to free for veteran players from last year. And also it sucks building this character up because I never had Zhang Liao or I never summoned for Yinland last year. I don't have like electrical sets, like echo sets laying around that I can even transfer. So for me, it was like from a scratch. So it made it very difficult. But I think she's fun. She's fairly strong. She doesn't power creep absolutely anyone. I think she is a perfectly balanced unit. I do think the signature weapon being only 12% crit rate, it should have been 24% or whatever it is, like what the normal is for most characters, because the crit damage is usually 72 and it's 24.3 usually for the crit. I reckon it definitely should have been 24 just to help with the building of the characters. I know statistically having more of a higher base attack means the attack percent rolls and everything, you do actually do more damage in the end. But that is assuming, players can actually get good echoes to make up the difference from the missing crit to take advantage of the fact that the weapon has a higher base attack. So that's nice that there's all these theory crafters and number crunchers and math nerds out there that are like, oh, actually, it's actually stronger. Yes, technically it is, but for the average casual player, this is not. It's actually so much freaking worse. And considering casual players take up 99% of the player base, this is worse. So I really would have liked it if her signature had the higher crit rate, which is why I think it's just absolutely not a must-pull weapon. You can definitely do without. Apart from that, I also have one small complaint with her Echo set, the Crown of Valor, just because Augusta gives herself shields, but she gives herself the most meaningless shield possible. And she resets it like every attack or skill or whatever she does, right? But let's be honest, it does nothing. And all the shield is there for is to sell us on farming for a new Echo set, which is the Crown of Valor. Because the Crown of Valor Echo set is, upon gaining a shield, you get 6% attack and then 4% crit damage. So it goes to 30% attack and 20% crit damage for 4 seconds. This should have been crit rate. The fact that like her weapon has got a lower crit rate and the Echo set doesn't give crit rate, this should have been crit rate. Honestly, to make it easier for the casual and the average players in this game farming for this goddamn Echo set, this should have been crit rate. This would have alleviated so many more problems and also given the people that can min-max the opportunity to swap out the 4 cost from a crit rate to a crit damage. Even if I get really high crit rate rolls on all of my pieces, if I swap to the crit damage 4 cost, it's still an issue for me because Augusta kind of reminds me of Carlotta, where it's like the majority of Augusta's damage comes from that final liberation hit. Now, the rest of her kit does a decent amount of damage, and she does have 2 liberations, right? So, Carlotta does a little bit of damage outside of that with her Forte bar and her skill, but not too much. This just would have been so much better if it was. crit rate instead of crit damage on the Echo set, because you really want to crit on that final hit of a Liberation, because if you miss that, that can be the difference between resetting a Tower Adversity or resetting some Whimpering Waste Waves. It actually does make a huge difference. So again, I feel like the devs are just working against the player here with a lower crit rate weapon, no crit rate on the 3 cost. Like Frolova had crit rate on hers and she doesn't even need it. I mean, she gets a ridiculous amount of crit damage, so it kind of makes sense, but you get the idea. So I just feel like there's a lot of going against people actually building this character from a signature to the Echo set. But again, another problem with the Echo set is the shields do nothing, like fucking nothing. Like the only reason you're farming this set is if you're like me and you didn't have an electrical set before. You can use the 5-piece, what is it, Void Hunter Echo set. It's perfectly fine. Yes, you'll do less damage, but it's not by much. And for people that already had lots of these pieces maybe laying around, this is a far better alternative, honestly, especially for resources spent. And the fact that if you're farming it, you're using your stamina, which means you get experience and tuners, something you don't get from the free domain. Which means you still have to spend your stamina on free domains to get experience and tuners anyway. I'm exhausted. But I'm enjoying Augusta. She's got like some very small minute problems with the kit. Just like the signature weapon, should have been higher crit rate. The Echo set's pointless. I just don't see a purpose of the whole gaining a shield. It's at least nice that maybe in the future, other characters can use this shit. This Echo set, sorry. If they have access to gaining shields on a semi-regular basis, or they have access to a support that can give them shields on a semi-regular basis, because then maybe you can actually use this 3-piece set, because it just gives generic attack and crit damage. So in that case, it might be good later down the line if there is more units to take advantage of that. I'm slurring my words. I'm sorry, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. But yeah, anyway, I don't know what else to say about Augusta. I do enjoy her character, her voice, her story. I do enjoy her gameplay. I just have minor little nitpicks. Is she worth the pickup for someone like me? Yes, because I didn't have an electrical DPS, so I'm more than happy to make her the primary one on my account. And obviously, like, I'm completely screwed for I've got like barely any pulls at all. So we're gonna go for her, and I'll spend whatever the money is just to get a base copy of and just to make the team complete. And then we'll see what happens after that with Gelbretta and Chiyuan or whatever the guy's name is. Like, I'm so over it right now. I'm so over building characters. It's killing me. It's killing my fun for the game right now. But anyway, let me know what you think about Augusta in the comment section down below. Did you pull her? Did you pull her weapon? Are you using her with Mortifi? Are you using her in like a weird team comp like I am with like a Carlotta or a Frolova as like a dual DPS? How are you finding her kit? Do you have any problems with the Echoes? Like farming it up or using an alternative option? Just let me know your thoughts about Augusta in the comment section down below. And yeah, thanks for listening to me ramble on today's video. I realize this is very much a rambly video, not scripted at all, as it probably should be, but I'm tired, boss. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. So thank you very much for watching and or listening. And as always, my name is Zeno, and you guys take care now.